going to give you some definitions about carbohydrates. They give the body the necessary energy to do the normal daily activities, and our brains needs about 120 grams of glucose to do its functions. There are two different kinds of carbohydrates, simple and complex. Simples are called monosaccharides and complex are called polysaccharides. The difference between these two different kinds is how they increase the glucose level in blood. The first increases it more and faster than the second.
Now I'm going to talk about fats. Fats, like carbohydrates, fats give energy to our body. Moreover, they become part of our cells and they transform vitamins A, C, D, and A. Fats are found in vegetables and in animals. Also, it's better to eat fats from vegetables. Proteins. Proteins build the organisms and repair the tissue. They are found in meat and fish, but there are some of them in cereals and legumes.
Water doesn't contribute energy, but it makes up 70% of the human body. And vitamins are organic components necessary for the growth and the normal development of the organism. They short-take could cause some diseases. Vitamins can be destroyed by the light and the heat.
Dairy products. Milk is one of the most complete. The cow milk contains 4.5 of carbohydrates, 3.5 of fats, and 3.2 of proteins. Meat. Meat contains more or less 20% of fat, between 25 and 40 of proteins. It's not advisable to eat meat every day. We advise not to pass 10 grams of meat for 1 year of age.
Vegetables, normally they provide vitamins, minerals, and fiber. It is better to eat them raw because when you cook them, they lose a lot of vitamins and minerals. And fish, there are two types, white fish and blue fish. White fish have only 2% of fat and 20% of protein, and the rest is water. Blue fish can have even 15% of fat.
Fruits. They provide carbohydrates, vitamin, and fiber. The richer they are, the more vitamin C that they provide to our body. Eggs. They have a lot of proteins and fats. The eggs have to be cooked. If it is not, the body can use all the proteins that it contains in your sugar. The most common sugar is the potato, which contains 20% of carbohydrates. Moreover, it has vitamin C. Legumes. They contain 20% of proteins, 60% of carbohydrates, and 20% of fiber. Alcohol. It provides empty calories, which means that they do not have any nutritional value. 1 drink of alcohol produces 7 empty kilocalories. It not recommends, and it can favor the appearance of hypoglycemia because it blocks the glucose output from the liver. If you consume high graduation alcohol, You always must to eat anything. Alcohol can be used to make a stew because alcohol boils at low temperature and it evaporates in a few minutes.
Well, now I'm going to explain the activity and the objective that we have. The first meeting was a statistical survey in our class, because the objective is to calculate the kilocalories in the class diet. To carry it out, each student choose a normal day in their diet to count the percentage of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and kilocalories that they consume in their diet. The activity has to be done taking into account tables and tags of the food. Like this, that is a tag in a juice. For example, in the proteins, here show how the percentage of carbohydrates that it contains is 10 grams. So using the percentage like a mathematical tool, we know how are the percentage that we eating all the food. So after looking for the information in the whole class, we distribute the intervals doing a study for the statistical variables. And now we are going to represent them by frequency histogram.
We have introduced all student percentages, and then we've made different intervals. We've calculated the class mean. We take the half of each interval and multiplied it by the frequency of each class mean. We've put it here, the formula, and then we drag it down. We've made the sum and divided by the number of students. And then we self-eliminated intervals column and frequency column and do the different graphics. This is carbohydrates share. In the ordinary classics, we have the frequency, number of students, and in the axis, we have the interval. As we can see, the mass meeting is between 50 and 55%. Fats percentages are less than carbohydrate percentages, and the mass meeting is between 15 and 25 with 11 students. In the chart of proteins, the mass meeting goes from 7 to 17 with 15 students. And finally, the total kilocalorie share is not very reliable, but as we can see, the mass meeting is between 1,600 and 1,800.
Next, we calculated that the media of the percentage of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and kilocalories are in the correct level to a ideal diet in our class. And finally, we are going to show you some formulas about all these nutrients and the diet. To calculate the kilocalories that we should eat daily, we can use the next formula. That is 1,000 plus, open parentheses, 100 multiplied by your age, and the result of that is the number of kilocalories that you must eat for day. This has to be adapted to the activity of the child, so if he do a lot of sport, he must need more energy, so he has to eat more kilocalories, for example. The following formula shows how we should distribute the daily amount of the different calories. Between the 50 and 55% has to be carbohydrate.
Carbohydrates, I remember you that they give energy to the body to do the normal daily activity, and they are in glucose like sugar, etc.
We must eat between the 10 and the 15% of protein
proteins are found in meat and fish.
Between the 30 and the 35 of fats,
Fat is found in vegetables and in animals.
and only less than 7% of saturated fats. And that's all.